Hey everybody. No countdown. Sorry about the delay. I'm not gonna be long anyway. I was gonna just postpone it completely because of how late my power just came back on just now, um, about 5 minutes ago. I don't know if everybody's still here or not, because the chat portion goes live anyway. Uh, but hi to everybody that's in the chat still. If you're still here, just put a hey in there, and I'll see you. For some reason, it looks like my computer's still running off a battery though. But we're here. Brian Kerr is here. Colleen is here. So I did have a couple things I wanted to talk about tonight. I'm going to go to Facebook for one, just so I can get the flyer and go to his page and get it. Who else is here? Brian Tri Valley Station. Okay, so let's make this big. So I did want to talk about a couple things tonight. So that's why I went live anyway, even with the power outage. Finally came on. We're half an hour late, but that's all right. There's a few of you hanging out. I was over in Beards for a while, um, and messaging Mark. So if he sees this is live, hopefully he'll come up. Yeah, here too, Colleen. All last week it was, the night was 62 degrees, 64. The daytime was like 72, 75. Today was 95, I believe. So last night was like 75. So false fall. So I don't think we're gonna get probably too many more in here because of the delay on going live. So that's all right. People can watch it later. So hi to all of you come later. Hey Dirt Devil. If you're watching this later, hello. How are you? Hope you had a good last weekend, and I hope you're gonna have great time this Labor Day weekend, which where I live at, it's like the end of the summer season. About half the people stop coming down to the beaches after that, and then first cold spell we get, then they'll all stop coming. So, all right, Brian, we'll be here. Let me give you this 5 mile. How are you? Mike, great finds. So, Mike, just to update you, because at least once in the summer I like to come out and detect with you. I can now lift my arm this high, which doesn't you can't really see too well on the screen, but it's getting there. I mean, I can't do this. My club had we meet in a historical schoolhouse. Hey, Patrick. Um, and we through the historical society we had this place called the Danish House. Um, not too far from the schoolhouse that was built sometime in the 1700s. They wanted us to look for an anchor, but to find, like whatever else we find that they'll keep and show the rest of the historical society and display and all that. And it wasn't very big, so there was only 10 of us that were going, but there was 13 there, including the club president, her husband, and me. And I went to help a newer detector out, Plugsy. Hey, Plugsy. And uh, didn't help him too much, but I did. The one guy from the historical society, I let him use my Knox 800 and walk around with it for a little bit. And then the historical lady's son, who's 14, I didn't do my hair at all. uh, Showed an interest in it, so I gave him the club president's Vanquish 540, and my shovel, and I walked around with him for a little bit, showing him how to swing, and then left him his own devices. And then towards the end, I was like, let me go out for a little bit, see if I can do any of it. And I went out, I don't know, maybe detected it maybe about 25 minutes or so. And yeah, my shoulder's not ready for it yet. And I didn't really swing with my right shoulder, but you got to have all your equipment with you, and kind of hard to swing and hold the shovel at the same time. So that didn't work. Not ready yet. Hopefully, hopefully. So what I wanted to actually talk about is, I know most of you heard about Detecting the Heartland, and I went to Detecting the Heartland this year back in May, and one of the uh, organizer helpers, part of History Seekers, her and her husband or her fiance are History Seekers. Um, Heath Jones, and her name is Kelly Underwood. I don't know if any of you are familiar with her. Yeah, no, I still have to, use the shovel and everything, Terry, but I appreciate the thought that, I'll get out there. I'm not worried about it. When the shoulder's better, I'll be detecting again. But so on to the sad news. Just so Kelly Underwood, I know some of you guys have heard of her. Maybe most of you don't. Some of you know her through Facebook. Some of you belong to groups where she was an admin. She passed away early this morning. I think it was the wee hours of the morning, like after midnight, from ALS. She got diagnosed in the spring. For those of you who don't know what ALS is, it's amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, otherwise known as Lou Gehrig's disease. Most commonly, people know it through that. Lou Gehrig's disease. It's a horrible disease. It is quite literally the only disease that's 100% fatal. There is no cure. So in lieu of flowers, they're asking, for those of you newer, if you could, make a donation to Fighting ALS or the ALS Association in her honor. I do raise money. Right now, I do the birthday thing on Facebook every year, but yeah, it does, Terry. But I didn't personally know Kelly. I didn't personally know Kelly like in person. I knew her through Facebook and things like that. Usually, up until I injured my back, I did an ALS walk every year. I walked to defeat ALS, and raised money that way. Um, but it is sad, Piney Man. She was, only about 46, 47 years old. The average age, I think, is in the 60s when people get diagnosed with it. Um, and how they diagnose, by the way, there is no set uh, test for ALS. What they end up doing is ruling out everything else till there's nothing left, and then you're pretty much diagnosed with it. What it does is it slowly paralyzes you, basically. Um, it usually starts with the limbs and works its way in, and unfortunately, your brain isn't affected. Um, it's a horrible disease. She fought hard. They all do. Um, So if you can keep Heath Jones and the rest of Kelly's family and friends in your prayers, hey Dirk Cloud, I would be much appreciated. Um, so I just wanted to bring up that news. I did ask Casey from Detecting the Heartland if it would be all right if I talked about it tonight. I didn't want to. I mean, it was shared on Facebook, but I didn't want to take the, um, like just to go share it too. I wanted to make sure that I had their blessings to let you guys know, any of you who didn't see it on Facebook and didn't know who she was. Um, so hopefully none of you ever have to experience a person with ALS. They're called PALs. And, but, so like I said, we lost a treasure seeking member today. So keep her family and her friends in your thoughts and prayers. What I did also want to talk about, hey, Ronnie Adventures. Yeah, Bugsy, that's a good idea. There is another thing I wanted to talk about. If you guys didn't listen to the most recent podcast um, on Treasure Vortex, give it a listen. So there is a hunt in Rhode Island if you're in the area. It's a 1 day hunt. It's on October 19th. It's seated and natural. Tickets are $75 a person. It's a fundraiser hunt for a little girl. Let me get her name. Let me, I didn't mean to make it bigger. Named Ansley Kate. She has brain cancer. So if you're in that area of Rhode Island and you might want to, do this hunt, like I said, it's 1 day. It's worth it. They are looking for, um, donations for the hunt. I donated a detector I won. No, it's really hard to get from manufacturers and dealers, especially brick and mortar dealers, because internet ordering, especially ordering through Amazon or directly through the manufacturers, which is popular these days, is killing the smaller. Hey, Caney Valley. Um, so it's a little hard for them to get donations and stuff for the raffles and whatnot. Uh, he does have some things because he oversees some liquor stores, so there's like a golf bag and stuff like that. So there are some things. You can find the flyer if you're on Facebook under Seated and Natural Hunts. The flyer is there. Oh, Danny boy, what's up? I'm going to it. It'll be my second hunt in this year. Probably one of the only two I'll do. I don't know if I'll really detect all that much. Hopefully by October 19th, I'll be able to do it, a couple hours. But it's a good charity. It's for a good cause. It's to help the family offset the costs of medical and supplies and stuff like that for the little girl. So you can check it out on Seated in Natural Hunts, and or you can check it out on his page. His name. Let me go back to his Facebook. His name is Scott Lannan, Lannan. So I'm going. So if you're anywhere in the area, you know, come to it. It'll be fun. But those are basically the two things I want. Hey, Metal Detective North Carolina. What's up? Those are pretty much the two things I wanted to cover tonight. Um, I know I don't often have too much a subject ahead of time. I kind of like to have us all chat about whatever's on our minds. But every now and then, there's subjects that I like to share with you guys. So those were the two that I was wanting to share tonight. That's funny. So I believe I shared the flyer on Dirt Therapy as well, my group. I'll share it on a community post here on YouTube. If you want to check it out and look at it, look at the flyer. Because I know there's a few of you that aren't too far. It's like a 3.5, 4 hour drive for me. I haven't decided yet if I want to go up the night before or just get up early and drive that morning. So it should be fun. Should be fun. I know there's a few people I know that are going. So what's up, Shane? So that's about it. That's really the two topics I really wanted to talk about. Next week, I'll talk about the Ansley Kate metal detecting hunt again a little bit. Maybe have Scott come on and tell you guys a little bit next week. Tell you about it. I know he's gotten a lot of things so far. Let's see. He's got a golf bag, cooler, and chairs, and more items on the way. He's going around and to get make raffle baskets. Oh, she's a little bitty thing. There's actually a picture of her. This is the GoFundMe, but I'll share you the picture of her. She's a cutie. That's not what I wanted to share. Hang on. Trying to. There it is. All right. So that's her, little Ainsley. That's who the charity hunt is for. So if you're in the area or near enough and you want to attend it, it'd be a nice little time. They're capping it, I think, at 150 attendees. I don't remember how many tickets have sold already. Let's put that up there. Yeah, I don't see Valhalla in here tonight, but I wasn't live till 10 minutes ago or so, so Valhalla may not have seen it. But yeah, if you guys haven't already subscribed, Shane and I both pushed them last week. So if you can, check out the channel. Shane, if you want to put the link in the chat, that would be cool. Try to get them to 100. I think they're not far from it. I think we got them a good ways. And then All Things Country, trying to get them to, yeah, is he? I don't think he's in the chat, Shane. But that does bring you to the channel. No, that brings me to your channel. All Things Country also. How far is All Things Country from 1K? Check out those two channels. I don't have YouTube open because I closed it and just popped the chat out. So let me turn that off. There we go. Here's the Valhalla. I'll pin that for now. Why is it not letting me pin it? Oh, there it is. It says Valhalla at the top. And then All Things Country. Shane just shared that link as well. So if you guys go over there, let's see. All Things Country needs 23 more. Let's share that. That's All Things Country right there. 977. So let's see if we can try to get that closer to 1,000. Hey, Anthony. 13-hour drive for you, Patrick. Yeah, I mean, I don't expect people to drive 13 hours for a $75, one-day hunt. But like if you're within a reasonable driving distance and you don't have anything to do that weekend or just that Saturday, he does have permissions in the area too. So you don't know, stay Sunday and maybe dig with him somewhere. I'm gonna see if he wants to come up next week and talk a little more about this. But talk about the hunt a little bit more and get the word out, locally. And like I said, also please keep Kelly Underwood's fiance, Heath Jones, and their family and friends in your prayers. I know a lot of you did see it on Facebook. Very sad. Anybody going to any hunts this fall? I mean, I have my club hunt. I'm probably not going to be digging at it. I think I'm just going to be helping out at it. Um, and I'm okay with that. I still have lots, and I might donate some of these dimes and things like that to Scott for his hunt for Ainsley. Um, I have a lot of things I can actually send over. I got a whole bunch of swag and stuff. I still got stuff left over from the 1K giveaway that I didn't give away. Caney Valley's going to a natural hunt. Oh, I'm glad you said something. I almost forgot. Tim shared a go to Facebook. Tim shared with me on Messenger. I don't know why it always goes to Reels on Facebook. Some pictures of what he found, which is really cool. Let's bring that up. Hmm. Trying to get to the pictures. He found. Let me see if I can. Yeah, we'll do that. I don't know if any of you guys saw this on Facebook yet, but he found a Morgan dollar, and I know that a few people claimed that it was he planted it, and I told him that's because he did nick it. By the way, I don't know if I can get this to zoom in a little bit. No, nope, it's not gonna let me because it's on Facebook. He nicked it a bit, but when you watch the video in completion and you see him pull out the coin, um, the dirt was stuck to it like it should be. You can't fake that unless you have super glue, and the dirt, he was able to get it off. So that's his Morgan dollar that he found, which is awesome. 1887. And I told him I think a lot of the reason why people had said that he planted it was because I watched his video too. It was a reel. And hey, DB, because they want you to watch reels. I know. Same with YouTube. Sometimes I go into YouTube and shorts come up. I don't want to see the shorts. None of them are what I'm interested in watching. I told him that in the beginning of his video, when he's pointing to it and showing it to you, you can see where, like he saw the edge of it and moved the dirt a little bit. So there's like a little bit of fingerprint around where the coin's sticking out. And I said, it looks like, to somebody that you put it in there and then patted the dirt. That's honestly what it looked like. And that's probably why people were accusing you of planting it. I said, but when you pulled it out, I watched the whole video. I could tell that it was not planted. And I could tell that my first thought when I watched the beginning of the video was, oh, people are going to think he faked that because he, when he was getting ready to pull his camera out, his phone probably, and take the video, that he had touched the dirt around the coin, which I would have done too when I saw a big piece of silver sticking out the sidewall of the hole. I would be like, is that? Oh, that is. Let me get my camera. And but if you watch the whole reel, you can see that the dirt is stuck on there like it should be. And when they're planted in that kind of soil, the dirt won't be sticking to it. It's gonna come out clean and nothing in the grooves, no sand. Like there's ways to tell when people plant, and I don't think this one was. So, and I told him that. I said, I know you didn't plant it. I could tell by the way it came out of the dirt. Hey, Mark Trailer. Yeah, that dirt is too hard to stick a coin in. That's right. I know. But it's like I said in our conversation that I said I understand why people would if I can't believe they like outright said to him you planted it, but I was like I could see why they thought that, because my initial thought when I saw the video was, boy, people are going to think he planted that, because you could see right above the coin he had pressed the dirt back a little bit, to see what the coin, what it was, and so it looked like he put it in there and then patted it, and I was like, but I could tell all around it the dirt was not compressed. It was just above the coin where he, while it was still in the hole, looked at it and took his camera out to the video, pulling it completely out. And you could tell the dirt was stuck to it. He didn't fake that. Mark. Oh. Oh. You're not in the green room, Mark. Try to remove that. Stop screen. There we go. You're not in the green room, Mark. So I told him I would share the coin tonight because that's a phenomenal find. A lot of people don't get to find them. I know I haven't found one. I did find a barber half. So I was excited about that. Yeah, I'm not talking about the tarnishing, the black. I pulled out silver quarters. I mean, they wore down, but they were otherwise there was no black on them, no tarnish on them. But you could tell when a coin's been in the ground and when it was put there. It's hard to tell sometimes, but there's times you really know. And I'll never forget that dude in England. I forget what his name is. He made like 75 different groups. It was all the same name, but it was number one, number two, number because he kept remaking the groups. And he had put up a short, and I guess he didn't really pay attention to editing. In the very beginning of his short, you see him kneeling in front of you see him put it in the sidewall of the hole, and then pull it out and show you. So people do fake. But sometimes, yeah, sure, it's hard to tell sometimes, but you could tell this coin was definitely dug. And it's got nobody, if you paid for that coin, you wouldn't scratch it intentionally. And he nicked it. It's on the back. You can't really see it, me showing and sharing it with you, but yeah, he got it with the shovel. So I've gotten to where, hey, Casey, Barbara Ray Jigs. LL, what's up? John Bradbury, that's right, Shane. Oh, that was fun. Did you see that video, Shane? I know he took it down not long after he put it up. So you had to be quick. It was so funny. uh, but yeah, I've gotten to where almost like I'm like thinking every signal I dig, I'm just gonna film it, like, and if it turns out to be nothing, you just delete it. You delete the clip. No big deal. It's a good question, Patrick. Um, uh, for attention, to one up other people. Uh, I know that a few of the older gentlemen, one was at an event. Everybody heard about it. It was posted on the event page. I went to his profile and I checked him out, and that in his regards, I think it was because he's watching all these people find all these things and he's not finding them. Just wants to be part of Look What I Found club. People have many reasons why they would fake. Um, a lot of them fake. Well, let's put it this way: a lot of the people that fake their finds, they don't do it when they're by themselves and not sharing anything with anybody. So social media, YouTube, yeah, there's a lot of people faking their finds. It happens. Um, Several reasons. Usually, it's because they want the attention, the likes, the views on their YouTube. Um, People don't realize that a lot of your views don't come because of the phenomenal things you find. I mean, I don't want the fake views that what the heck is that name? X Finds gets. Because those aren't real treasure seekers. I mean, they are. We do watch him because it's so obviously fake. So we have to sit there and watch it and laugh. But the majority of us, the views we get is because of who we are, not what we find. And if you're entertaining people with who you are and not what you find, they'll come whether you find 75 bottle caps or one big Morgan dollar. They're gonna watch you. You get more views obviously for the Morgan dollar, true, but you put big silver in your title, people come watch it. But for the most part, they're gonna watch you because you're entertaining them, and that's what people want. Slightly lurking today. Yeah, I forget a lot too. I forget but I'm trying to make myself film every signal I dig, so I never get accused of that. Hmm. Oh, the one at Digstock you're talking about? I don't know. I saw that coin. That was a Doug coin. I know Matt questioned it, but he kind of wasn't questioning it all that hard. Did he find it there? I'm hard pressed to say. Could he have dug it somewhere else? Maybe. It's not for me to say, but I saw the coin. It was definitely a Doug coin. Whether it was dug there, I don't know. But I do know that was a Doug coin. But I was at another event about 5 years ago where somebody supposedly found a $5 gold coin. Didn't look very Doug. Let's see what else. I'm missing in the chat here. Yeah, it's not for us to understand. If you're not a faker, you're never going to understand why people fake. Yeah, exactly. All thing country. There's going to be people that fake all the time. Like there's going to be a lot. There's always going to be fakers. Let's put it that way. Like I said, some people just want to one up everybody else. Some people want the attention, the oohs and ahs and likes and comments and views. Um, like the older gentleman that brought I think it was a half real or a 1 real to Digstock couple years ago. It was because he's seen everybody else on YouTube because he doesn't YouTube, finding all these great things, and he wanted to make sure he went to this hunt and at least had, could say, I found this here, I have something to brag about. He was an older guy. There was another one that was in a Facebook group. The guy had to be 88 years old. Let him fake away. That was my opinion. Let him fake away. He probably couldn't detect anymore, and he sees all of us. Look at what I found. Look, because we're going to share our great finds, right? We do. And he probably couldn't detect anymore. The dude was like elderly as all get out. He was really old, and he probably did it because of attention. A lot of people don't get attention, and they seek it in any way they can, or they want to seem like they're better than everybody else. You know, everybody else is finding bottle caps. I'm finding Morgan dollars, half dollars, barber quarters, and all the time. Every time I go out, I find a large cent or a barber or something. I don't. You guys know because a lot of you watch my videos. I don't find that stuff every time I go out. They sell for $30 on eBay. You're probably more funny. No, you're not. Look, if you're entertaining, people are gonna watch you. Be you. Just be genuine. You know. I know most of us treasure seekers are probably introverts. This is a very solo hobby. Even when you dig with other people, 90% of the time that you're in that little group digging, you're by yourself. It's a great hobby for introverts. But no, they're not impossible, but yeah, they definitely are rare. There's people that go their whole hobby never finding one. I get so caught up in the hunt I forget to record a lot. I do too. I have. I mean, when I found out Barbara Half, I was glad the Lynches were with me because I wasn't filming. And what like, and I popped it completely out because the thing couldn't have been more than an inch deep. But it was really hard packed, and I'm just, thinking, I don't even know what I thought it was, a clad quarter maybe, I don't know. And I was just with my hand shovel, I did clip it with the hand shovel. I scratched it, and I popped it out and went flying. I was like, oh. But thankfully they were there, so they saw it. Yeah. You got to do controversial stuff, Patrick. You do controversial stuff, you'll get everybody watching you. Hey, Dispatched. And you'll get big paydays. This hobby, yeah, Dev started on YouTube 12 years ago when there weren't a lot of us on. Yeah, I do that too, Casey. I mean, I fake everything AI generated. I'm glad you brought that up. Like, it's going to be hard to tell. It's going to be hard to tell. Some of this AI is really remarkable stuff, and you're going to get content creators using AI in their videos, and you're going to have to really watch carefully to see if these things are real or if they're fake. AI is only getting better. The software that for the regular people like you and me is only getting better. And it's going to get to a point where you're not even going to know, is this a real dig? Like, so that's what I'm afraid of. There you go. There you go, Mark. I try to keep whoever I'm with in a group, at least if it's a small group, two, three people, I try to keep at least one in my listening viewing area. I try not to be too far from anybody just for safety reasons. But that's just me. Now that happens, Patty. You already know that. And you know what? Look, when you first started detecting, were you pulling out silver coins every time you stuck your shovel in the ground? Were you pulling out old copper coins, belt buckles, and no? I remember your first videos, and the reason why people were coming to you and watching you and enjoying your videos was because, well, a lot of the iron you were finding were pretty interesting, and you were digging everything for sure. And that's the first thing I said when you first started creating content. I was like, this woman's going to find a lot of stuff because she digs everything, and I don't. And but they come and they watch you, Patty, because they like you. They like you, and you, who you are, is coming through that video to them. So it's not what we find. Yes, if you find a giant silver Morgan dollar, you're going to get probably twice the views you normally do, maybe even 3 times. Might even be a viral video because that's going to pique everybody's interest. But the people that keep coming back to you, it's because of who you are. That's why everybody keeps running away from me. Hey, Brun Free. Sweet Digs. I told Juice to let you know that hopefully in the next couple months I'll be back to creating content. So I'll be back in the I Dig Fridays. There you go. See, DB put it right. I mean, if I'm going to watch something because I'm interested in the content, it's usually an instructional thing. It's not, but I watch everybody. I watch all of you. I don't always comment because most of the time I'm just doing it on the app on the TV or the app on my phone onto the TV or whatever. But I do watch everybody, and I watch you guys because I enjoy your videos, not because of what you find. Although a lot of times I'm like, dang, I'm jealous finding all those silvers, and I'm finding like bottle tops and pull tabs. But and there's times I know I find really cool things, so it's all good. Yeah. Hopefully in another month or two I'll be able to start digging again. But I can't stay too long, folks. I know that it started half an hour late, but I do have to go to my friend's house and feed her cats and sugar gliders. And so I got to do that after this. I don't want to go too late, but I'll let LL and Danny Boy talk about her machine. Where are you at? Nice. 5 mile. The video I got the most views on was actually the first dig stock, right after, the one after pound the ground, right after the COVID crap. Ah, I missed it. There it is. Brian's ready for winter field detecting. I'm just ready to detect. I didn't do anything this year. I mean, I could probably in the fall when it's cooler and it ain't so stinky meet up with Anthony at Dead Horse Bay, but bottles really aren't my thing. I mean, I had fun there the one couple times I went. Um, it's interesting. I like when the waves come in. There's so much black broken glass. It's like a bunch of little wind chimes. It's like tinkle tinkle. Tinkle. It's really it is nice. I tried to capture it, but the microphones on the GoPros and the phones just don't do it justice. You have to be there to hear all that glass tinkling in the little waves. All right, Flash. Guess you're getting ready to go to the Gold Rush weekend. I really wish I could go. Yeah, it's getting hot again, but it's the last little of summer. I don't know, Anthony. Maybe definitely in the fall, before it gets too cold, because it smells in the fall. I didn't really want to go in the summer when it's like hot and stinky. But I'll go there and find treasure. I'll bring something. Yeah, Mark. And there's no bathrooms there either, so you don't want to tinkle. What are you telling me? Try lowering the sensitivity to. So when you're getting chatter, like you could do a factory reset if you know how to do that. That could help too. Changing frequencies. I'm not familiar that much with vanquishes. Yeah, I'll definitely be at the Garrett hunt. I know Ed, um, Flash in Your Pan, nailed it detecting Ohio Metal Maven B3 Relic Recovery. We five will be going, and so Team PG5 will represent. And then I'm hoping to get to the Show Me hunt. There's a lot of hunts next year I want to get to, and I'm going to because I only went to two this year outside of my club hunts. Also, the first week of October is a Staten Island hunt, Staten Island History Hunters hunt. I think it's October 6th, I believe. Um, that flyer should be on Seated and Natural Hunts too. I went to their first one last year, and that was I gotta tell you that was phenomenal. That was awesome. That was really good hunt. Really good hunt. It was Indiana Tone and Sherlock Tones put it on. Yeah, Anthony said October 6th. Maybe Patty. You never know. Maybe I'll just swing by and pick you up on the way. I'll be driving because I'm not flying. Hey, BB's here. Buckle boy. Yeah, there he is. I'm glad you made it too. But I'm not going to be staying on much longer. Maybe another 4 or 5 minutes. I do have to go tend to some kitty cats and some flying sugar gliders. They need to be fed. I was gonna do it earlier and I lost track of time and then it was too late. If I'd known my power was gonna go out, I would have done it before. But you don't know these things. I was just sitting there. It was like quarter, I don't know, about 10 to 7, and all of a sudden, everything went off. I said, "Really? I was just setting up." Yeah, I hear you, Colleen. So, I do appreciate you guys popping in for this very short live stream. I am gonna actually sign off. Um, I will see you all in the chats. Again, for those who came later, for those who may not know her, but I'm pretty sure most of you seen it posted on Facebook. Kelly Underwood from History Seekers with her fiance Heath Jones. Kelly Underwood lost her battle with ALS early this morning. For those of you who don't know what ALS is, it's amyotrophic it's lateral sclerosis. It's quite a mouthful. That's why most of it knows it as Lou Gehrig's disease. So if you could keep her family and her friends and her loved ones in your prayers. She was an admin on quite a few groups. She was a big help with organizing Detecting the Heartland. So if you guys could do that, uh, we appreciate it. If you knew her personally, they say no flowers. If you would donate to Fighting ALS or the ALS Association, her name, that would be cool too. I will resume probably next year doing my annual ALS walk. Uh, it's a terrible disease. And then also there's the Staten Island History Hunters Hunt Saturday, October 6th. Then on Saturday, October 19th, there's the hunt in Rhode Island for the little girl, Ainsley Kate. You can find that flyer on Seated Natural Hunt because I'm pretty sure Scott shared it there. I will see if he wants to come up next week and talk about that a little bit. Hey, Scott. Yeah, I know you know who they were, Scott. I was just talking about that. I asked Casey if he wouldn't mind if I mentioned it today on the stream. I just want everybody, let you know we lost another treasure seeker, unfortunately. She was young, and outside of that, I guess I'll see you guys next week. If you ever have a subject you want to talk about, you could do what Tim did and message me on Facebook, or you can send an email, jrzyrae at gmail. This Jersey Raven at the digs at Gmail. Hey, Fox on the Ground. I do appreciate each of you coming out, although I know most people saw that I wasn't live and we're like, okay, we got the night off. um, yeah, my dad and a good friend of mine both passed away from ALS. Buckle boy. It's nasty. And then I had a couple pals I had met through the ALS Association, got to know them through, through Facebook, and you can see you know, the degradation as time went on, and they both passed away, and it's hard, to get. I mean, it sounds very selfish, and it kind of is like, to get to know these people through the ALS Association, and I know that they're gonna pass, and but I still make friends with them when they send me a friend request, and I still, send them words of encouragement and stuff like that, like their posts and things like that. But it's hard. It's really hard because I know until they find a cure, um, we're probably going to have to say goodbye to them. And but I appreciate each and every one of you for coming in tonight. I will see you next week. I'll see you around in the chats. You got I Dig Fridays. Saturday is New England Diggers, I think. Sunday Digging Sundays and Monday Digs. You have live streams all throughout the week. All you got to do is just turn on you open up your YouTube and you'll hit the live. There's a live menu button and it'll show you everything that's live. Maybe you find something new. Um, yeah, fibromyalgia is not fun. It's too many syllables for my mouth. So yeah, and I gotta go because I gotta go feed those animals. They are starving. So thank you guys. Please be kind to each other and please support each other. If you have unkind words, keep them to yourself. If you hear gossip, let it stop with you. Don't be the one to continue it on. And if you're pointing your finger at everybody, remember you got 3 more pointing back at you, so make sure your house is clean. Peace, everybody. Love you and appreciate you. Have a great